Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to do another quick, easy supper dish, casserole. Hey, we're going to do chops and sauerkraut. I'm going to show you how to do that coming up right now. Okay, first thing you're going to need to do for your chops and kraut is you can do 4 to 6 pork chops. It's called the bone-in pork chop. I'm going to do 4. You want your skillet good and hot. We're going to put our pork chops in and we're just going to brown them up. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to try to cook them all the way through. We're just going to get them brown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them in there right fast like. And I'm going to put me about a quarter teaspoon of black pepper on them. About a quarter teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to flip them over right fast like. Because I just want to get some seasoning on both sides, and then I'll probably flip them back over again here in a minute. So I'm gonna get them browned on both sides, but I want to do this just a little bit first. And again, that's just a little bit of salt, probably about a quarter teaspoon of salt, and about a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. Just salt and pepper is all you want to put on your pork chop, and just let them brown there for just a minute. We're not trying to cook them; we're just browning them. They're not going to be cooked all the way through. Just want to cook them for a couple minutes on each side, is all we want to do there. I'm going to finish browning these up and then I'll bring you back before I start the next step. Okay, now we got our pork chops sort of browned up here on both sides. Here I got a 9 by 13 baking dish. I'm just going to take the pork chops out and I'm just going to lay them in this baking dish. Just however you can get them to fit in there the best way they'll fit in there for you. What you want to do. Just get them in down in your baking dish there. And like I said, our pork chops aren't completely done. You know, I mean, they're not cooked through. They're just browned is all they are. And then here, we still got, you can see just a small amount of grease in our skillet there. I had about a tablespoon of oil in it, canola oil, before I started putting pork chops in. Here I got 1 medium onion that I've just sliced up thinly. And I'll show you, I just sliced it really, in just thin pieces there. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on there. We're just going to sort of saute it for just a minute. Want to get it laid down and let them start sauteing in that little bit of oil. And if you need to, you can add a little bit of oil, more oil to your skillet, but you don't want to add a whole lot. Because we're going to be adding some more stuff in on top of these onions here. We just want to get them sauteing up on us. And that won't take just a minute or two in itself. You see they're already starting to turn brown there. So we got our skillet good and hot. And I got my heat on almost a medium high. It's not quite on medium high, but it's between medium and medium high there. And because these onions are sliced so thin, it really doesn't take long for them to get sauteed. We just want to get them sort of translucent, more or less, is what we're after. Now that our onions are about done there, I'm going to add me 2 teaspoons of minced garlic to that. And I'm going to stir that around in there. Let that cook for just a few seconds. Just until our garlic gets fragrant there. And you can see that skillet is awful hot. Here I got 1 15-ounce can of the diced tomatoes. I'm not draining them, I'm just dumping them in the whole can. Not, like I said, I didn't drain it or anything. Stir that in. And here I have 1 can, 15-ounce can of sauerkraut that I drained and I rinsed both. So you want to rinse and drain your sauerkraut. We're going to dump that in there. We're going to give that a quick stir around. Man, if y'all could just smell this. And to that, we're going to add about a teaspoon of dill. Now you can use caraway seeds, you can use fennel seeds, you can use dill. Any of those work good in this, but 1 teaspoon. And we're going to add 1/3 cup packed brown sugar. We're going to get that stirred in good. Now, really what we're doing, we're just getting our sugar dissolved, and we're just making sure everything's good and warmed here. But you want to get it stirred together good. You want to get your dill or caraway seeds or fennel seeds, whichever you use, and you want to get them mixed in good. We want to just cook this until it starts to boil there. We want to get it good, and that way we'll know it's warmed all the way through. You can see it starting out. I hope y'all can see there on how it's starting to simmer there and boil. And there goes my oven at 350. So like I said, you want to make sure you got your oven preheating to 350 degrees. What we're going to do now, we're going to cut this off. We're going to move over to the island, and then we'll finish it up over there at the island. Okay, now you can see we got our pork chop sitting over here, and we got our mixture that we got off of the stove top over there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to sort of spoon this out on top of our pork chops here. We want to cover our pork chops in our sauerkraut mixture there. Man, if you like sauerkraut, this is a dish you're going to definitely want to try right here. I mean, I'm just going to take, that skillet's hot, so I don't want to set it down on my island there. But see, if I do want to get all that juice and stuff out of there, over into my skillet. Just get it all over in there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take, like I said, I got my oven heated to 350 degrees over there. And we're going to take and put this in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, typically around 25 minutes, till the meat is completely done, and, you know, where it would tempt, if we tempt it, completely cooked through, and then we'll bring you back out and we're gonna cut into one of them pork chops, see what it tastes like. I was fixing to forget to tell y'all to cover your dish and then put it in the oven 20 to 30 minutes at 350 degrees. I might near forgot to cover the dish, but yeah, cover the dish 20 to 30 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees, and we'll bring you back. Okay, we got our chops and sauerkraut out of the oven there, and we're gonna uncover it together here. Man, she's still hot and steamy, but I want to get into this, so we're gonna go ahead and dip us some out here. Get in here and get under one of these chops, and dip us one of them out. Ooh-wee, look at all this steam. Man, look at that though. Does that look good or what? If y'all could just smell that. Man. I don't know if I'm gonna need a knife or not. We're gonna try to cut us off a little piece of it. And get away from that bone. I can't see the chop, so I don't know that end over there. I think it's got that bone on it. But I don't even think we're gonna need that knife. We just cut this little piece out right there in that corner. Can't see in my chop. I can't tell when I'm cut. May have to uncover it. It's gonna pull apart now. I'm wanting to get into it and can't see how to get a piece off of it. Man, look at that though. Is that good or what? Definitely gonna have to blow that some. If y'all could smell that, man, that smells good. Man, I tell you what, I wasn't expecting that now. That brown sugar, it sets it off. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, that brown, I just can't even explain it. That brown sugar just, I mean, gives it that excellent amount of sweetness in it. Hey, if y'all would, give old video a thumbs up there. Like, share, comment, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you that do. Hey, we appreciate all of you that take the time out of your day to watch our videos. Chops and sauerkraut. We'll see you on the next one.